Hi, and welcome to the inaugural video for the Road to 10 Million. My name's Billy. This is my channel, and this is my goal. The channel is really for somebody that's still got another home run left in them. Maybe they are someone older like me, a father wanting to crystallize, your knowledge into something that could be valuable to help others and leave a legacy of your learning, your experience, your knowledge, your skills to your children and family. And you still have that streak of competitiveness to keep growing and keep pushing your own personal limits of what you think you can do. And you look at other accomplishments and frankly say, you know what? I can do that, only better. Now, I want to explain the goal of this is to go ahead and impart some of that knowledge, but there's going to be three cornerstones to this. And it's going to be sales copy, offer development, and traffic. The goal is to build an online business that is self-sustaining, that there are procedures, policies, checklists, and systems that are in place to where it can continue to grow on its own and continue to serve, while at the same time letting me free up and enjoy the fruits of my own labor. This is typically the goal of everybody that wants to start out and do something online. Now, the presentation style is going to be like a reporter. I do have a lot of experience in this field. I've been on the internet since 2006. I've developed products. I've made plenty of money. But even then, there's always so much more to learn. And so this is going to be like a reporter that's coming in from the field while also offering some of my own insights and experience as things unfold and inevitably connect. Now, this often will result in me having to return to certain lessons to keep memory of them or to achieve greater insight with them. So the three cornerstones are really the trifecta that I'm going to develop most of my content and most of my focus and my work on, and getting that out into the market, but also being able to kind of test and see what works. And you'll be able to follow along as I stumble my way through this. A lot of channels will show you the end result of what happens when they start implementing selling digital products or offering coaching and servicing services out into the market, but they don't talk about the mistakes that are made along the way. You'll be able to follow along and learn from me as I learn through my own mistakes. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this does mean that in a new century, a new time, we have new technologies. That includes artificial intelligence. Now, there's a lot of wild speculation about artificial intelligence, but one thing that we can determine is that you can get a great deal of work done while still being able to leverage it and save yourself time. Again, I talked about processes and systems. Inevitably is a big part of that. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm an expert. I am not, but I have used it. To the degree that I've used it, I've been able to get my productivity quite a bit more, a bigger return on investment. And so as I'm doing that, as I'm learning new ways to implement it, again, you can follow along with me. It's exciting because who knows what's going to lie in store the next 1 to 5 to 10 years. And as we start to ride the wave of that into the marketplace, inevitably we'll be able to see how we can help a lot of people and also earn a really good living doing it. Now, my content strategy is pretty straightforward. I'm going to focus on developing goodwill, creating value, collecting data, and then optimizing things from there. My mouse will cooperate with me. In addition, there is also three facets. As I mentioned earlier, sales copy, offer development, and traffic. My traffic drug of choice is going to be YouTube. Now, there's a couple of reasons why. One, it's a great way to set authority, and it's a great platform to get out there and start driving or start creating engagement. But it also will serve as like a vlog, like a diary as my progress as I go through this, some of my successes, and I'm sure a lot of my failures. But it's also a way for me to be able to give back to the people that are tuning in and that are looking to implement and looking to learn as alongside of me and everybody else that takes part in this platform. But also because Google is the big dog out there and YouTube is the biggest live stream or digital video network in the world. they are streaming more videos and more content than any of the big cable networks or any of the major media channels. But also because it is the most evergreen channel that's out there. Now, I have created videos and I've started channels in the past, but I really didn't understand it. And because I didn't understand it, I think that's why I really didn't stick with it for a very long time. But with YouTube, unlike articles or even tweets or anything like that, I know it's called X now, but that content tends to fade in the background pretty quickly. With YouTube, you can keep going along, but as you gain traction, inevitably there is a lift that is being reported on the old videos. And as those start to rise up and gain views, it's an opportunity for you to be able to reach more people with this platform. And so that's why I've decided to go organic content and using is my main traffic source. Now, inevitably, will I go out and expand? Yes, I will. But I will tell you from my own experience, each platform is a kingdom in and of itself, and they're very different. And while they have a different medium, whether that's text or whether it's images or whether it's video, each one has its own unique set of rules to be able to start to master. I've decided to master YouTube. Doesn't mean that if you don't use YouTube, or excuse me, Instagram or Facebook or paid search, the reality is that every traffic source is going to be a little bit different, but you want to have a traffic source that you can master and start getting a steady flow of customers in. Now, this is going to be a long-term strategy. And I also, as I go along, I'll be collecting data. And as I'm collecting data, I am going to be developing front-end products to help address and offer solutions to specific pain points where the audience is getting stuck. Now, that could be sales copy. It could be using an email autoresponder. It could be marketing and concepts themselves. But with each one, it's a opportunity to be able to generate some front end revenue, also to build my own experience with it, but also to be able to help the audience as I'm learning and being able to put that down into something that is going to be of value that they can refer to over and over again and get past this specific point. Now, in the books, Good to Great, the author talked about having what a hedgehog concept. And what that means is that each company that he had profiled that had achieved greater than normal excellence, that went from good to great, they had something unique about their culture or the way that they did business. And he called this the hedgehog concept, because when things got bad, a hedgehog will just curl up and its spikes will be on the exterior, making it really difficult for a predator to be able to swallow and attack it. Same thing. Warren Buffett called this a moat. These are protective barriers to be able to protect your business. My protective barrier, or my hedgehog concept, is building an email list from this channel and the offers. So at the end of the day, I want to be able just to focus in on creating offers and generating traffic while building that email list as a protective moat around my business. So that's it. It's nothing fancy, but as with anything, success is usually boring. It's a little bit like laying bricks one on top of another. And that's what I'm inviting you to do. There's no fluff, there's no sensationalism, there's no hyperbolic claims, but it's be able to how to go out into your market, crystallize what you learn, and make it into something valuable, and then offering it into a market of hungry buyers that are eager for your solution. Thank you for listening in this so far. If you like what you hear, be one of our early supporters and go ahead and hit the subscribe button. More good content is on its way.